Well, hello everybody from Miami. Zack Hample here at Lone Depot Park, which is my 10th Major League Baseball stadium this season. And there are two players in particular that I'm really looking forward to seeing here. Luis Arraez on the Marlins, who's having an incredible season, and Henry Davis, a stud rookie catcher on the Pirates. He just came up to the majors a few days ago, so I'll talk more about these guys inside. But for right now, before it starts raining maybe, let's actually head inside.
Hey, Zack, Hample? How are you?
What's up?
Can I get a picture quick?
Yeah.
You wanna? Look at Hample.
What's up? Nice shirt. Thanks. All right, on the board. That took some time. This is the area that used to be called the Clevelander. Now it's called Recess. They used to have a swimming pool back there. They took that out. And it's a cool spot, but it's weird, and there's a lot of competition, other ball hawks. I was hoping that someone might hit a home run that would hit the facade of the seats up there and drop back down, but Pirates aren't really hitting much. I feel like we need some competition here. Oh, thanks. That's a fun spot right there next to the stairs. If you're positioned just right, you can see to the side of, I guess it's a scoreboard right there, and then run to the left if they do hit one. So that worked out pretty well. Number 2. There was a whole lot of action, as it turned out, in the Pirates' first group of batting practice. They were being very generous with the toss-ups, which is a good thing because their bats were not exactly explosive, though I did catch that one home run. And so after getting blanked for about 10 minutes, got a couple there. The Pirates hat did come in handy for one of them. And so the second group of Pirates BP is just getting underway. I think I'm going to go to... Yeah, let's change it up. Let's go to right field because there's a few lefties that are hitting. That baseball that I just got was from Rich Hill, 43 years old. And guess what? That was my 99th lifetime baseball at this stadium. So always cool to hit triple digits at a new ballpark. Maybe I can get one more today. If not, I will be back tomorrow. Several years ago, the Marlins brought the outfield fences in, and in right center field, there's this dead area which is covered with a green platform, and they're very strict about not letting people reach over or use their devices for baseballs. But I got lucky. There was a very friendly ball boy named Noah who came and picked up a ball that was sitting there and handed it to me. So that was my fourth of the day, and it was number 100 lifetime at Marlins/Lone Depot Park. So that feels great. It is my 25th different Major League stadium with at least 100 baseballs. I was just at the Trop. My lifetime total there is 97. So maybe next year, maybe October, we'll see. And this fourth baseball, by the way, come get a nice shot of this weird marking on it. I'm not exactly sure how that would have gotten there, but you know, it's just interesting to see these things. And did you get a ball today? You get a ball? You got one? You got one? Wow, everybody got baseball. So we're gonna find a kid to give this to in a little bit. Thank you all for being honest. You wanna say hi to YouTube? So right now we got about 40 minutes until game time. I wanna find some food, and then I'll probably hang in the outfield today, because tomorrow I'll probably be lurking closer to home plate in the dugout. So yeah, let's do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks, bud.
You know, sometimes I wander all over the stadium looking for the right thing to eat, and today it jumped out at me at this place called The Change Up. And if you're wondering what I got, right here, I got the vegetarian option. You guys, I'm really not too big on eating meat these days. And so, you know, this thing looks great. Gonna dig in, and if you're wondering where this stand is located, it's near section 1, and over this way, you can see it's by the right field foul pole. So it's kind of noisy right now, but Luis Arraez, batting leadoff for the Marlins, came into this game at .398. He's chasing that elusive 400 batting average, flied out to center field, and it was a quick first inning. 6 up, 6 down for the two teams. And, you know, for right now, as I keep my eye on the batter, I'm back down here in the club area. It's so empty. I cannot believe this. I'm sure that it's going to fill up over the course of the game. But right now, if someone goes yard, yeah, I really do like my chances. Here's the pitch. That's a strikeout. So 7 up, 7 down so far in this game. Henry Davis, by the way, is batting 7th. So 3 more batters from now for the Pirates. Playing right field, maybe they're resting his knees. He was the first overall pick in the draft just 2 years ago. Top prospect. And catching his first home run would be incredible. I don't know if I want to be wearing a Marlins hat if I catch a Pirates prospect home run, but yeah, that's really what I'm looking forward to right now. So may the baseballs be flying. All right, I actually got to start talking to you guys right here because the club started blasting music, and we don't want those YouTube bots to flag anything because then I'll get a copyright strike, and that's just no fun at all. So anyway, out here in the club, it was about the 3rd inning, and look at all this beautiful food. I wasn't hungry at this point, but man, still so nice to look at. So that's actually Henry Davis on first base. He had just been hit by a pitch. We didn't get a shot of that, but just wanted to point that out. And so it was a small crowd. It was actually just a little over 8,000 people in the building. So little inning break right here. That's Brian De La Cruz, the Marlins outfielder, saying for whatever reason he could not throw a ball to the fans. And so this is Carlos Santana ripping a double into the gap in right center. And you'll see right here that Connor Joe scores. That actually tied the game at 1. And then Rodolfo Castro, look at this. He hits a foul ball down the line. I run over for it. And then De La Cruz throws it to these guys right where I had been. So I was just like, oh my God, can you believe that? So right here, I'm actually signing a bobblehead of myself. You can see how I signed it on the back with my lifetime baseball total. And I handed this thing to a guy named Jake that I went to college with. You can see a photo of us here from our freshman year. It had been about 23 years since we'd seen each other, so pretty wild to reconnect. And here I'm chatting with my friend Dennis over near the bar. You're gonna see more of him in just a bit. Jack Sawinski in center field, Henry Davis in right, and that is Connor Joe in left field moving into position. And so here we have John Birdie up at bat in the bottom of the 4th. He hits a grounder over to Carlos Santana at first, who slides into the base, a little bang-bang play to record the out. Now, I talked about Noah, the ball boy, earlier. Well, here he is down the left field line, living his best life. 17 years old, you get to be a ball boy for a major league team. That's pretty cool. And meanwhile, the club was filling up. It was pretty crowded. And so Henry Davis up at bat strikes out. Yeah, and you can see my reaction right here. Yeah, not too happy about it, still hoping that he was gonna go yard. So people in the club were living their best lives, just chilling as Luis Arraez stepped to the dish with his .395 batting average. And look at this, he lined a single to left field to raise his average 2 points to .397. Guys, here's what I want you to do. Leave a comment on this video and try to predict what Luis Arraez's batting average will be at the end of the season. Let's see if anybody gets it right. As De La Cruz throws this ball into the club, and this is kind of fun. This dude caught the ball and hands it to these young ladies behind him. And just look at their faces. Pure joy and excitement. Anybody who denies the power of the baseball is an idiot. Yep, I'll say it. And did you guys know that basketball is actually my favorite sport after baseball? So look what was happening that night. Wemby went #1 overall in the NBA draft. And it is safe to say that I was kind of fired up about it. So look at this, Henry Davis and his .091 average leading off in the top of the 8th and gets a hold of one. I went down the steps thinking I might get a ricochet. I was blocked, I ran back, and look who got the ball. My friend Dennis is over there having a moment with himself, absolutely celebrating like crazy because he caught it. And of course, I wish that I had caught it, but he's a great guy. I've known him for years, and I was truly happy for him. So he continued to go absolutely nuts, and then he and I shared a special moment. Let's go! Yeah, baby! Let's go! Let's go indeed. As you can see Dennis here chatting with a Marlins employee, This guy was handling the negotiation, trying to get the ball from Dennis and offering up some cool stuff in exchange. That's always a really fun part of catching any important home run ball. So bottom of the 8th, Luis Arraez draws a walk right here. This was his final turn at bat. So that finalized his batting average for the night at .397. The Marlins were losing 4-1 at this point. So the Pirates made a pitching change, but didn't exactly help. De La Cruz hits a single, Jonathan Davis scores, and then Arraez is hot on his tail, scoring as well. So that made it a 4-3 game. And yes, it may have been a small crowd, but it was a very, very passionate crowd. And look at this. Garrett Cooper hit a 3-run bomb to right center to put the Marlins up by 2. So people were celebrating, going kind of crazy in the club. Just great vibes in Southern Florida. And this was cool. No, there was not a power outage. They turned the lights out because Marlins reliever A.J. Puck was entering the game. And that's just how they roll when he takes the mound. So right here you can see Rodolfo Castro hitting a grounder. Joey Wendell at short, who has a little trouble with it. However, not all hope was lost. Puck was very much in command. He got Jason DeLay to ground out right here. Third baseman John Birdie throws it to first base, and that's your ball game. Garrett Cooper catching the final throw right there. He went 3 for 4, but the player of the game, in my opinion, was Marlins starter Braxton Garrett, the first lefty in franchise history to have 13 strikeouts and 0 walks in a game. So speaking of walking, here's Dennis walking off with a few friends and the Marlins employee. Dennis gave that baseball to Henry Davis, so that's a nice thing to do, and he will be getting a bat in exchange, perhaps mailed to him, because Davis didn't have enough bats at the time to spare one. So anyway, I had gotten 4 baseballs that day, lifetime total 12,199, as people kept hanging out in the club to keep the party going, because that's what happens in Miami. Anyway, this party on YouTube is done. Thank you guys, as always, for watching.